Attachment is a specific, preferential, and enduring emotional tie between an infant and a caregiver, promoting survival and allowing children to feel safe and protected. Infant attachment is expressed by behaviors such as separation distress, greeting reactions upon reunion, and the tendency to turn to a specific caregiver for reassurance when distressed. These innate, universal behavioral tendencies are driven by a biologically based attachment system. Importantly, however, they are subsequently gradually modulated by caregiver responses, progressively leading to the development of individual differences in the expression and organization of infant attachment behavior. These individual differences are considered to index the quality or security of attachment relationships. Specifically, a critical tenet of attachment theory is that securely attached children have confident expectations of themselves as being able to solicit the caregiver's proximity, and of the caregiver as being responsive and available when needed. Children either have a secure or an insecure attachment, and it is based upon the history of interactions they have with the caregiver. A caregiver who is quick, sensitive, and consistent in their care will likely encourage the development of a secure infant-caregiver attachment relationship. In contrast, infants develop insecure attachments over the course of interactions with caregivers who have difficulty responding adequately to their emotional needs. Hence, virtually all children become attached to a caregiver, but not all children develop secure attachment relationships. Decades of longitudinal research have supported the notion that individual differences in infant and child attachment security to primary caregivers are of critical importance for child social, emotional, and cognitive development. Several meta-analyses suggest that variations in attachment security are associated with individual differences in a range of child outcomes. Higher attachment security, as compared to insecurity, is associated with better social competence, emotion understanding, quality of peer relationships, language competence, as well as fewer internalizing and externalizing behavioral problems. Parent-child attachment relationships may also impact children's brain development. During exploration, securely attached children can freely play an active, purposeful role in exploring the surrounding social and physical world, which provides rich stimulation for the developing brain. When, however, they encounter a distressing event during exploration, such as hurting oneself while playing, the very nature of their secure attachment relationship allows these children to return to their caregiver for help and soothing, which gradually fosters the development of emotion regulation. Overall, secure attachment relationships are believed to favor both confident exploration and effective emotion regulation in children, which are likely to influence structural development in brain regions involved in a range of social, emotional, and cognitive functions. Children and adults exposed to childhood maltreatment present abnormal brain volumes and thickness compared to non-exposed individuals in several brain regions. However, studies linking normative caregiving experiences and brain structure are scarce. This video will present the preliminary findings from a research study that sought to investigate the prospective links between mother-infant attachment security and whole brain gray matter volume and thickness in later childhood. 33 families participated in the longitudinal project. Children's attachment security was assessed at 15 months of age, and structural MRI data was collected on the same children when they were between 10 to 11 years of age. Mother-infant attachment security was assessed using the Attachment Behavior Q-Sort, AQS, which consists of 90 items measuring the quality of the child's attachment behaviors towards a specific figure, the mother in this study. The main findings indicate that children who were more securely attached to their mother as 15-month-old infants had larger gray matter volume in the bilateral superior temporal sulci, right superior temporal gyrus, right temporal parietal junction, and the bilateral precentral gyri in late childhood, between 10 to 11 years of age. Consistent with animal studies indicating that enriched caregiving is associated with optimal brain development, this study provides data in humans consistent with the idea that attachment relationships may affect children's brain development, as reflected by larger gray matter volume in the frontal and temporal lobes. Moreover, these results contribute to the emerging literature indicating that variations in the quality of caregiving experiences within the normative range, that is, children who are not maltreated, are associated with child brain morphology. Specifically, better quality mother-child relationships in infancy were found to be predictive of larger gray matter volume in the superior and middle temporal gyri, superior temporal sulci, temporal parietal junction, and the precentral gyri in late childhood. The current findings are broadly consistent with studies reporting smaller gray matter volume or surface in the superior and middle temporal gyri of maltreated children. These areas are critical for processing emotional stimuli, a function that is impaired in maltreated children, as indicated by event-related potential and functional MRI studies. Importantly, the preliminary results presented here suggest that even normative variations in relationship quality may have a long-lasting impact on the development of these brain regions. Although preliminary and in need of replication, the present results provide further evidence that infant quality of attachment toward a primary caregiver is important, not only for children's social, emotional, and cognitive functioning, but may also be involved in their brain development.